everybody? I hope everyone's having a good one today. Different intro today from your boy. We're here with the regular fan show by the fans, for the fans. Always a good time, 11 a.m. on specific special days from the lads over here. I'm Bruce Juno. We got Vinny Fredericks over there. He's having some technical difficulties, but maybe it'll work. Vinny, how you doing, guy?
I hope we're not having any more technical difficulties. We've been racking our brains over here trying to figure out what's going on, but I think we're good for now. We'll keep an eye on it as our little stream here continues. But it's a nice morning here, Brucey. We got a lot of snow out over
Yeah,
here in the Albany area. I don't know how you folks in Bing are looking, but we
we
gotta
gotta do it. We gotta do the check.
yep, go to the check. Don't knock anything over this
Yeah.
time. But yeah, we got a bit of snow last night, so as
Not a
much as I
lot.
would
Not a lot.
no, all right, that's not bad. As much as I would like to just stay inside and call it a snow day, that's probably not going to be the case. But
Probably
what are you
not.
going to do? What are you going to do? Spring around the corner, baseball season around the corner, basketball playoffs, March Madness, all the great stuff right around the corner. So just got to get through these next couple months, get nice and warm out, and it'll all be worth it. But yeah, Bruce, busy couple days here. Not some stuff that I wasn't necessarily expecting. Obviously, we got a lot of basketball to talk about today. We'll get to that. I guess starting off, we'll lead the show with real quick in the baseball world as
I'm fine
ML.
with it not being real quick.
Yeah, I forget you're a Boston guy. Well, your Boston Red Sox, Bruce, have found their big free agent of the year, signing Alex Bregman to a 3-year, $120 million contract to play second base for the Boston Red Sox. Bruce, you're a fan of the team. What are your thoughts on the contract? Are you happy with landing Alex Bregman?
I am. When I first saw it, I didn't read too much into it because I was a little. I just saw it. I was like, sweet, and I thought more about it. And I was like, wait a second. Bregman's a third baseman. We got devs. Why? What's that situation gonna be? But then I saw he coming into play second base. We had Emmanuel Valdez
Hey.
there. Um, so we definitely needed a second baseman. I feel like as much as Valdez was kind of all right. Um, yeah, I feel like Bregman will definitely pick it up at the second base line. Him matched up with Raffy over there, and then you got Rafaela at shortstop. I feel like that's a pretty good infield to have. Um, I think he'll match up like Duran's been cooking, O'Neal's been cooking when he is playing. Raffy's obviously a slugger. Yoshida, I feel like we're really getting sound, and this kind of like rebuild, quote unquote, that we've been doing is really starting to pay off, and I feel like Bregman fits perfectly. And yeah, I think him going to second base works out phenomenal because yeah, he can't go to third. We got Raffy.
I honestly I expected them to move Rafael Devers to the DH spot, if anything, but I guess
That's
that's not what
Yoshida.
they're
It's
planning.
Yoshida. Yoshida's our DH.
That's the problem. I don't know why that guy can't play in the field. He's not. I feel like Yoshida isn't.
Yeah, he
Devers
play he plays
is
in the
getting up
outfield
there.
too, but he
Yeah, but
kind of
I just don't get
yeah.
why that guy isn't an everyday starter. I mean, he's not that old. He's only what,
Yoshida's
31,
31. Yeah,
31. All right, he's older than I thought, but I don't know if you got a guy you wanna you wanna make your DH, I would expect it to be Devers, just because I don't know. I feel like his defensive ability has continued to decline as the years goes on. But honestly, Devers, excuse me, is a lot younger than I thought. I didn't realize bro was only 28 years old.
yeah, he's still in his 20s, and I mean, in the outfield,
Looking out of my ass.
there's Tyler O'Neill, there's Jaron Duran, and then I mean, I guess right field, you know, there's Abreu,
whoever else.
and then I mean sometimes Yoshida's out there too. Like it's not like he's not out there. Like we have we have other guys that will play in the outfield. Rob Schneider.
Mm-hmm. He's typically DH though, which I mean, hey, if it works, it works. And you know what? One person I will not argue with is Alex Cora because that man usually knows what he's doing when it comes to managing his baseball team.
Agreed. Agreed. Alex Cora's the man. And I feel like I feel like this is a great move for the Sox. This will definitely I think he'll mesh well in Boston. And yeah, I think it works. I think it fits in with that side of the infield because I don't know, Raffy's the hot corner, dude. You can't take Raffy away from the hot corner.
Cool. It's very comfortable where he knows what he's doing. And I mean, Bregman's a solid fielder. You know, he
Yeah.
knows what he's doing. And he's let's see. I honestly wonder if he's ever played any second base in the minors or elsewhere. I don't think he has, but he's solid enough as a fielder to where I think he'll be able to pick it up decently quick. I mean, we saw Jazz Chisholm play third base for the Yankees for the first time of his career last year. He picked it up pretty decently. So I wouldn't be too worried about him making the move over to second, but I think it's a great contract too.
Bregman has not played second base before.
That's what I think.
But he's also a Gold Glover, so
yeah, you think his ability is going to translate well anywhere in the infield, and they got him at a great deal. You know, I if they had gotten Bregman for 6 years, 7 years, which is what I feel like people were expecting his contract to look like at first, that's concerning. You know, this guy's 30 years old, maybe has 3 or 4 solid years left, but getting him on a 3-year deal with opt outs is pretty much perfect. You know, and the fact that they're also deferring some of that money as well. Let's see, the present day value of the contract is around 90 million for 3 years. So that makes, you know, their life easier. They're not deferring billions of dollars like Dodgers, but gives them an opportunity to make a deal of this size and, you know, still be able to pay some of these other guys they acquired. I think a lot of people are forgetting about the fact that they traded for Garrett Crochet as well.
Yep.
They got a real ace out there now, and you know, signed Walker Buehler and Aroldis Chapman, who I'd say could still give you some serviceable innings. So, Boston Red Sox, you know, they're a team that I always have on my radar. They'll always surprise you. Doesn't matter who's on the roster. They always find a way to at least make things competitive. I mean, they went on a real run last season where they were creeping up with the Yankees and the Orioles in the AL East before they went on a losing skid in around August, September. So they've certainly shown that they can hang with the other guys in the division in the league. So we will see what happens to your Boston Red Sox. Maybe they're not done. Maybe they'll make some other moves, but it's safe to say that right now they're pretty clearly the number 3 team in the AL East with a chance to catch up to the Orioles and the Yankees this year.
Yeah. I think the next thing is we need relief pitchers. Because you know we got Crochet, Tanner Houck, Brian Bayo, Walker Buehler, Cutter Crawford. Like we got all these guys that can play on the mound, but then for quote unquote reliefs, it's like Garrett Whitlock, Winkowski, who I am not high on. Bernardino. Like I feel like that could use some work. Yeah. We don't have a closer anymore either.
True. Always need a closer, but well, you see, still time left for these Red Sox to make some more moves. But I tell you what, Bregman's had a lot of success hitting at Fenway Park over his career. He's hitting .375 with 7 home runs, 15 RBIs, and has a 1.240 career OPS at Fenway, which is the best in Major League history among players with at least 90 plate appearances. So he likes Fenway Park. He clearly enjoys hitting there. And, you know, after a bit of a slumping beginning to last season, he started to turn things around, and I think he's definitely still got some fire to give. And I tell you what, the Yankees certainly could have used him. They certainly could have used a third baseman.
Hey man, sometimes you gotta just bite the bullet. I mean, we offered
maybe we'll trade for Arenado.
like 10 mil more than anybody else a year, I think it was. Um, and I think we're really starting to come together. I think our young guys are gonna mesh well with with I mean they've already been meshing with most of the older guys, but now bringing in guys like Bregman, I think will fit the scheme. Crochet,
Mhm.
I think it all kind of works. It's working its way around.
It's all coming together. That's the thing with about the Boston Red Sox is that they may be out for a year or two, but they always find their way back in, and you know, they're going to be a team that you don't want to face. They might not be a 100-win team, but they're a team that'll play you tough every time you see them, and it's a matchup that you don't look forward to if you see him come October. But I also see that Bregman has played a little bit of second in his career, only 32 innings in his whole major league career. But Alex Cora said last month he envisioned him as a Gold Glove second baseman when the two were together in Houston. So Cora's
Can't go
got
against
high
Flora.
hopes. Yeah, Cora's got high hopes for Bregman at second, and yeah, we'll see. We'll see what kind of season Alex Bregman has for the Red Sox, who actually originally drafted Bregman out of high school in 2012
Yep.
before Bregman decided to head back to college at LSU, where he then got taken by Houston in the 2015 draft. So Boston Red Sox making, I'd say I feel like this has to be the last big splash in free agency. There's not too many, other names out there that would really move the needle besides Alex Bregman.
Yep. And I think it was perfect. I think it's a perfect fit.
I know you love it, Bruce, but MLB season pitchers and catchers reporting. We're starting to see all the videos of the pitchers and catchers at practice. I keep seeing everywhere that Devin Williams doesn't have a beard anymore, and for whatever reason, the Yankees still won't let their players grow beards, even though it's 2025 and you haven't won in 15 years. No one cares if your players don't have beards or not. But I digress. We'll move on to another sport because I'm sick of talking baseball. I'm sick of the Yankees. I'm sick of it. Why Devin Williams had to shave his beard, I don't know, but it looks ridiculous. He looks stupid. He looks absolutely stupid. And it's not like he had some scruffy beard. He kept that thing, felt well tuned. It was nice and tight. Like that was a pro level beard that they made him get rid of. He's probably been working on his entire life. So I'm sick of that stupid rule. Imagine how many other players would want to go to the Yankees if they knew that they could keep their facial hair. I'm just saying. It doesn't help in their favor whatsoever.
Hey, well, sounds like a personal problem.
No, sounds like a better problem. Anyways, the US Canada and
Canada.
Sweden opened up the Four Nations face off, the mini tournament, if you will, that has replaced the NHL's All-Star game. Like I said, beginning with a 4-3 victory for Canada over Sweden in overtime, in which we'll take a look here. Sidney Crosby had 3 assists. Lucas Raymond for Sweden had 2 assists. Mitch Marner for Canada with a goal. Yeah, I mean, what else can we say? Honestly, I didn't
It
realize
was
until you brought this up, Bruce, that this is the new NHL All-Star, format,
yeah.
and I
It's
like it.
it was a crazy game because obviously everyone's expecting Canada because everyone's always expecting Canada to just win it. Whatever. There's guys out there like on the Spit and Chicklets podcast, Ryan Whitney and Biz went after each other on it on who's gonna win it this year. Um, Canada with a hot start, first period. Nathan McKinnon, Brad Marchand. It looked like easy sledding ahead. Canada came back in the third. It was crazy because I was watching it with my good friend Frankie Gachardo, and
Friend of the
uh,
show.
yeah, and it was
Oh,
crazy
come on,
because
dude.
he turned it
Really?
off after the second period intermission because it was 3-1 Canada, and Popo,
So, someone's going to be a problem over there. So please continue after you were so rudely interrupted. Yeah, go on. Go.
But yeah, and then in the third period, you had Kempe and Eriksson X score, and all of a sudden it's tied, and it goes into overtime, and I'm like, no way! Is it the first game? Is Sweden gonna upset Canada? Um, and Canada just had domination. But it's so fun to watch. Marner scored, the Canada won. It's such a fun scheme to watch because you got the best of the best on the ice, just absolutely dangling. It's awesome. Like the amount of just sick plays that McDavid made, McKinnon made, you know, it was it was sweet. It was so fun. And Canada coming out with a win as to be expected, but Sweden held their own. Sweden
They
showed
did.
some
The two
grit.
goals in the third period was, it was big for them.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And Gustafsson came up he made an insane save for Sweden in overtime to keep them in it, but 2 minutes later Marner just came down and scored. So um it was fun to watch. Sweden had their chances to win it, couldn't put it away. But yeah, it's just so cool to watch the best of the best in the world just competing for their country, and
It
it's
is
not like
like the
Olympic type deal
Olympic.
because
Yeah, exactly.
it's NHLers. It's literal. It's literally the best players in the world.
Like, yeah, those stakes, they want to win, but it's not like they're competing for a gold medal out there. You know, they obviously all want to win, and I think that's something that a lot of other sports all-star games don't have because there's no. It's not like other sports where you just create teams of players. They're playing for their country, kind of representing their country. So of course these guys want to win a little bit more than all-stars in any other sport, which I think is really cool. And um, yeah, it's cool seeing all these guys get the chance to play together. I mean, you got to have a very good team. If I'm looking at your roster and I know a good amount of the names on your roster, you must have a pretty good team because I don't know anybody, in the NHL, but there's some names on this team Canada that I recognize.
The
I've read some of these before. I've certainly heard their names when we've talked hockey before. So I feel like I know what I'm getting my intelligence level up when it comes to hockey. But tonight we got USA versus Finland in their first games in this, one of four nations all-star week, if you will, for the NHL. And then come Saturday, Finland and Sweden and US versus Canada. That US versus Canada game is going to be good. Looks like we're not both having some technical difficulties over there fixing his AirPods, but yeah, around the NHL, this is an exciting week for sure, and we'll be sure to keep you up to date on what's going on. Any other good matchups around the four nations face off, as it looks like Bruce is still working on getting himself unmuted. While he works on that,
muted. We got some technical difficulties, brother.
he's back. Hey,
I
buddy.
cannot hear you.
Oh, so now he can't hear me.
You can't hear me, I guess. What the heck
I
is
hear
going
you.
on?
I hear you
You
now.
can hear me. Why can't I hear you? What is happening?
Oh, buddy.
Just bear with us, the people of the internet, while we try to figure out what's going on.
Well, I can hear you,
Because
so that's a
I
good
don't
thing.
know
At
what
least the
just
other people can hear.
happened.
Oh, while Bruce figures this out,
Hello?
we will be talking college basketball next.
Why can't I hear
Still,
you?
he still
What is
can't hear me.
happening?
Honestly, between you and me, I just think Bruce is trying to sabatage. I think he didn't want to hear my voice anymore this morning. It looks like he's still trying to figure things out over there.
Retro Raggy.
That's not my producer over there.
Settings.
Not my producer. Anyways, it was a big week in college basketball. A lot of great games.
I don't know what just happened. This is not good.
Especially going back to Tuesday night.
We're connected. Why can't I hear you?
Oh, Bruce. Hopefully he's
What is
able to hear me very
happening? I'm
soon.
so confused.
Maybe.
My
Everybody bear
AirPods
with me.
died
I'm
and it
gonna
just absolutely took your audio away. And I don't know how that works. How is that a thing?
everyone. I'm gonna leave for a
Audio source.
second. Maybe this somehow fixes it. Bear with us.
What
We'll
in
be back
the
in just one
world?
moment. Let's
What
see
in
if
the
this
wide
fixes
world of
things.
sports is going on right now? Okay, okay. I don't know what is happening.
How about
Okay, we got
now? You got me.
Magic's
You
back.
got me.
I don't know what happened. My AirPod died, and we lost you.
Hey, you know what? I'm happy it's working now. I don't know why. I had a feeling that if I just left the studio and joined back in, maybe it would work. And I
Yeah,
guess
now
that fixed it.
I put my AirPod back in now, though, so I'm scared it's gonna happen. I'm terrified.
Well, hopefully your AirPods don't end up dying again, as we'll try to move through here. I prefaced college basketball, busy week, a lot of great matchups. You know, anytime you have matchups like this during the week, it's an exciting time. We'll start with Auburn over Vanderbilt. They get the 12-point victory, continuing their dominant run over SEC play. 22-2 overall, 10-1 in the conference. Alabama, 23-point victory over Texas. No real surprises there, but 103 is a solid scoring output in college hoops. I mean, anytime you get triple digits, that's impressive.
Top scoring team in the NCAA.
Yeah, well, they're
Or
always
they're up there.
they're always one of the top scoring teams. They were last year too, but they're just hot. You know, when they're hot, they're on fire. They're scoring 100 on any given night if they're hitting their shots. But come March Madness, all it takes is one game for those shots to not be falling, and next thing you know, your season's over. But Alabama, obviously one of the best teams in the nation. They're number 2. Number 3, Florida. The Gators. They beat Mississippi State 81-68. Lose their starting center, Alex Condon, in this one. But he got x-rays on his ankle. They turned out to be negative. Big news for the Gators, as losing him would be a big blow to their season.
They went on a 17-0 run to open the second half.
Yeah. Hey, man. Florida's good. 20 points from Denzel Aberdeen, 19 from Walter Clayton Jr., Thomas Houck with 16 off the bench. Wow. And Mississippi State only had 2 double-digit scorers in this game, Josh Hubbard and Keyshawn Murphy. And wow, I didn't realize this either. I didn't get a chance to watch the game, but I saw the Condon injury. It literally happened 1 minute into the game, and then he was out for the rest of the game. I thought he at least got to play a little bit, but no, it was a minute in. He twists his ankle and is then out for the day.
That's the things you worry about. That's the things you gotta be worried about.
Of course. Number 5, Tennessee loses to number 15, Kentucky. And honestly, I mean, it's not a huge upset. It's 11 points. Tennessee's now 7-5 in conference play, the team that was ranked number 1 for a while throughout the season earlier.
I mean, I had some chats with my good friend Marcus about this game, because Tennessee was the favorite, and he took Tennessee to win, and I was like, I wouldn't do that if I were you. And he goes, well, it's too late. And so I was like, oh, it's a bad decision.
You told him Tennessee was a 3.5-point favorite going in, and yeah, Kentucky. I mean, this is a big win for them. As we'll take a look quick at the SEC standings, as I try to find them here. Geez, this is all bunched up. You have Auburn and Alabama at the top at 10-1. Florida, Texas A&M are both sitting at 8-3. Ole Miss at 8-4. Missouri at 7-4. Tennessee 7-5. Kentucky 6-5. And everybody else is at least 5 games back from the top of the SEC standings. But I mean, you've got let's just see here. You got 3, 6. You have 9 ranked teams in the SEC right now. That's ridiculous. Out of 25 teams, over 1/3 of them are from the SEC. Wild stuff
25
there,
teams.
Bruce. Yeah, like in the top 25.
Oh, in the top 25. Okay.
Yeah. My bad.
brain
Like,
immediately went to March Madness, and I was like, wait a second.
oh yeah, no. I mean, all those teams are making it into March Madness, obviously, but yeah, out of the top 25 in the AP, 9 of them, over 1/3, are from the SEC. That's ridiculous stuff. But there's a few from some other conferences, like the Big Ten, which saw Michigan get a big upset over number 7 Purdue. Michigan, this is a big win for them too, because that puts them as the number 1 team in the Big Ten right now, despite the fact that they're ranked 20th in the nation. They're sitting at 11-2 in conference play. Purdue 11-3. Michigan State 10-3. Michigan State, remember, for a while had 0 losses in conference play, and now they've lost 3 of their last 4, all to unranked teams they faced. And I guess I call them unranked teams. These are still good teams. They're Big Ten teams. They're still, they got some great players. But USC beats you by 6. UCLA beats you by 2. Oregon, you win by 14. Cool. Then you lose to Indiana by 4. And now
at home.
Yeah, at home as well. Now you close off the season, a couple winnable games at Illinois, at Iowa. All right, but they're still tough.
Say Illinois is a winnable game.
You're still they're not ranked, but it's still a tough game on the road. You still got to go to their place and win, which is always difficult in college hoops. But then you play Purdue, who they haven't played yet this season. Haven't played Purdue yet. So you got to play Purdue, Michigan, Maryland, Wisconsin, back to back. They're all ranked. And then you close the season at home against Michigan again. So they've got some tough games coming up here down the stretch. And I mean, if they want to make the Big Ten, well, I guess more than just the top 2, it's not like football where only the top 2 make the conference championship. But if they want to get a favorable seed in the Big Ten tournament, they seriously got to show that they can beat some of these other high teams in the Big Ten over this next stretch here. But this is that exciting time of year. Now we're into once you get into the conference schedule time of college basketball, things really start ramping up. Tournaments are around the corner. March Madness around the corner. I love it.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. I know you do too, Bruce.
It's awesome. I love
I know you love your
basketball.
college hoops.
I mean, it's just so fun to watch. Obviously, these big conferences like the Big Ten, the SEC, Big 12, Big East that you see all the time. But it's fun watching, the mid majors.
Even the mid majors,
See who's going to be playing in the in March. I mean, you don't obviously know yet, but to see who might be making that run to face off with the big boys. And
there's always one Cinderella run.
Yeah, exactly. There's always going to be one. It's just who's it going to be?
Yep. Hey, maybe it'll be the UAlbany Great Danes, who just beat Bryant for their first loss in America East play this week.
Yep, and then Binghamton lost to Bryant.
Yeah. Well, it's all right. UAlbany ended up losing to I really should know who they played on Saturday night, but for whatever reason, can't seem to remember off the top of my head. Vermont. Duh.
Oh.
Yeah, lost to Vermont at home after beating Bryant on the road.
Of college basketball over the past couple of days has been Texas A&M, because they played a back-to-back Tuesday, Wednesday, back-to-back. They played Georgia. They had to host Georgia. Georgia's a tough team. Georgia usually plays a tough one by, I think it was 16, 17, something like that.
Yep,
15,
16.
Somewhere in there. And then they had to play Arizona State, who is not a great team, right? But they're coming off a back-to-back. So they're going to play again in
You're
2
talking
nights.
Texas A&M?
Texas A&M, yeah. They had to play Arizona State last night. And they went into double overtime against a meh Arizona State team. But JT Talbot.
You're talking Texas Tech.
What did I say?
Texas A&M. Or maybe I thought you said A&M and you did say Tech. Either way, now I know what you're talking about.
I think I'm literally in my
I think you got
brain
them confused because
combining the two. I think I'm
Texas
combining
A&M
the two in my brain.
A&M did just beat Georgia by 16. You had that right. They played Missouri before this past Saturday on the 8th.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think I'm
But
meshing them together in my brain.
Texas Tech did just beat Arizona State as well. You might be thinking Texas Tech lost to Arizona. No, that was on Saturday too. But
Yeah, I guess they didn't play a back-to-back. I think it's just because 2 nights ago I watched A&M play, and then last night I watched
it was Texas
Tech
Tech.
play.
Yeah,
So
I
I
get
think
you.
my brain just kind of meshed them into one team, and I was like, "Oh, they played a back-to-back. That's weird," and just kind of didn't look into it. But I guess that
Hey,
makes more
I hear
sense.
you.
But A&M beat Georgia, Texas Tech. Then no excuses as to why you're going into double overtime with Arizona State, because that should not be happening on your home court. JT
Yep.
Toppin cooked, however. He dropped 40, if I'm not mistaken, 41, maybe, something like that.
Yeah,
Against
41,
Arizona
15
State.
rebounds too.
Yeah, he was chefing last night. He was on one. But yeah, so they're not the same team, but they both came away with some victories. Last night I think the biggest kind of upset was St. John's losing to Nova, but
Yeah.
like realistically, Nova hasn't been great this year. But at the same time, it's
Mhm.
Villanova. You can't underestimate Villanova.
True. I mean, all those Big East schools, they always, even on a down year, they could surprise you on any given night. Some of the other Tuesday matchups, UConn, who was unranked, upset 24 Creighton in the Big East. Marquette, 10-point win over DePaul. Kansas over Colorado. Kansas State gets the upset over Arizona by 3 Tuesday night. Like I mentioned, Michigan State drops their third of the last 4 against Indiana.
How do you? I have a question for you, good sir.
I have an answer for you, hopefully.
How
Good
do
sir.
you define an upset? Do you base it off of, say, what the spread is for the game, or do you
No,
base it off of what do you base it off of? What is your
I based it
basis?
off, well, one, if a team is ranked and loses to an unranked team, there's an upset. I don't even really look further into it besides that, just because there's your top 25 rankings. Or,
Well, I'm
if
saying in
I'm
general.
looking
I'm saying
at,
in general, like any sport.
any sport, it doesn't have to be by the spread.
Okay.
Like theoretically, yes, if a team is favored on the spread, they're not an underdog. Like even if it's a spread of -1, I still wouldn't call it like a huge upset, because I think that's just where you have more good matchups. I guess I'd have to see a spread where it's like baseball terms, like at least 2.5 runs, or basketball, it's got to be at least like 5.5 points or something. Like it's got to be a decent spread that you beat to be considered a real upset.
Okay.
I guess
Yeah, because
honestly, you could look at records too. Like you don't even really need to look at the spread. If a team just has a worse record, that makes me think of it as an upset. But I mean, college basketball, I usually just go based off the rankings. If you're top 25 and you lose, that's an upset.
that's fair. That's fair.
Or
Yeah, no,
if we're talking, mid-major, America East, or whatever conference, then I just look at records, because obviously those teams aren't ranked. So it all comes down to really just where you sit in the standings. Even if you're one game below, like I'll check. Let's see. Let's look at the America East standings real quick, because obviously Bryant's still up at the top, but God, there's so many conferences in college basketball. It's impossible to find here. Here we go. So technically, UMass Lowell is half a game ahead of UAlbany. I would technically call UAlbany winning over UMass Lowell an upset, just because they're half a game back in the standings. Is it really an upset? I don't know.
See, I would call that an upset as well, but I'd say it's an upset for a different reason. I would say it's an upset because, like, think of UMass Lowell in the America East in history compared to UAlbany, and how good the program is and how good the players are. I would say obviously UMass Lowell is the
Yeah.
favorite, but I just kind of go off. I base it off of like, but if it's not like, say it's like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of two teams and like, say like, hmm,
Like 2 teams that are even?
yeah, say like I don't know, like Marquette plays Creighton. Like, yeah, Marquette's the ranked higher in the top 25, but if Creighton wins, I wouldn't necessarily call it an upset because Creighton's like a good team. Like, I feel like that's just a
No,
it's
they're
hard
still a
to
good
it's
team.
hard to depict, I feel like, what's
What an upset
considered
is
an
and isn't.
upset.
Yeah. It's
That's
easy
why
when
yeah, that's why
It's
a lot
easy
of
when
people
you
go off the
have
spread.
seedings or like in the playoffs, it's easy to tell because you just go based on the seeds.
Yeah, but at
But
the same time, like, if a 6 beats a 3 and, like, the 6 has just had a bad season, I feel like it's
yeah. Or I mean, you could look at the NFL as well, where when your number 3 seed could be an 8-8 division winner, and then your 4
yeah.
seed is a 14-3 wild card team. Like, yeah, in those situations, it is technically an upset for the better team to win, but it's a very fine line trying to, define what is an upset and what isn't. Honestly, my rule of thumb is usually rankings or seedings, whether it's playoffs or not, and I guess record. I
That's
mean,
fair. That's a fair way to go about it. I I don't know, I
typically
just 'cause you
typically I
brought up
just go by the
Kansas
rankings.
State, Arizona won, and obviously, like, based on, record, based on ranking, that is an upset. But I don't know, I just know that Kansas State's such a good team that, like, my brain wouldn't consider it an upset.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, I in this game specifically, Arizona, Kansas State, I just consider an upset because obviously Arizona. It's not like Arizona ranked 25th. They're 13th.
Yeah.
They were a decently high ranking in the AP, and Kansas State, excuse me, was before this game 6-6 in Big 12 play compared to Arizona's 11-1 or 10-1. No, excuse me,
Yeah.
11-1. Like that. That also tells me, all right, that that's an upset for a team that only has one conference loss all year, gets their second to a team that was 500 in conference play. To me, that that's spells out upset. But like UConn and Creighton, I don't that's one where you could technically call UConn an upset because they're not ranked, but Creighton's only ranked 24th. UConn isn't far out of the top 25. And their records are, kind of similar. Creighton's, they both have 7 losses on the year. Both teams with, 4 or 3 losses in Big East play. That one I technically call an upset because UConn's unranked, but that's one where you could go either way, I feel.
See, yeah, that's fair because I would also call it an upset because I don't think UConn's all that this season, and I think Creighton's really good. And so, like,
UConn is not good this year. Dan Hurley must have had like a stroke or something in the offseason and
yeah,
forgot how to coach.
but yeah, I
I
mean,
don't know
hey, they
what's
beat they
going on
beat
with
Creighton,
him.
and I think Creighton's a really good team, so that's why I would consider that an upset. I don't know, it's just weird. I think it's based on
Yeah.
perspective,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
perceptive.
It's all about how you perceive each team and what team you think is really better than the other. At the end of the day, an upset is just the team that's worse beating the team that's better.
Yeah,
That's just what it comes down to. But that's all based on opinion. We're basing, what's an upset and what isn't based on the top 25 rankings. Well, those top 25 rankings come from the opinions of other
yeah,
analysts or coaches, whatever. So
because
really
like,
what you call an upset and not is all based on opinion, across any sport.
because you're a big NBA guy,
Mhm.
so Warriors play the Rockets tonight.
Yep.
Who would you, if they won, who would you consider an upset?
Technically speaking, I'd say the Warriors winning would be the upset, but this is where, especially, it's one thing in college hoops where you don't see rosters changing much. In the NBA, where with the trade deadline and everything, the Warriors, yes, right now would be an upset because lower in the conference. Houston is also favorited on the spread. They're also in Houston. That's another big thing that I didn't mention with college hoops. Got to look at who's home and who's
Yeah,
away too.
college hoops, yes. At home, I
Especially in
feel like plays a
college,
big
yeah, because if
factor.
you're home, I mean, I don't care if you're unranked. If you're home, you should win, just because the home field or home crowd advantage in college sports is so much bigger than professional. I feel like that
I wouldn't go
even
that
if
far. I'd
you're,
say because, like, if
well, I
you
guess
get teams like
basketball, yeah,
like Arkansas Pine Bluff and they're playing at home against, I don't know, someone. but
Yeah, if it's like
they won a
if it's
game
a
this
big
season.
game, if it's a big game and you packed out the student section, like usually the home crowd, favoritism
The
helps you out
sixth
a lot,
man.
especially in college, man. Because like those guys, they're not pros, they're more susceptible to being distracted by stuff going on in the crowd or whatever it may be. Those
Yeah.
guys will make more mistakes. But Warriors Rockets, I would say Warriors winning would be an upset. But if they played this game as the last game in the regular season, it might be a different story because Jimmy Butler being with the Warriors now, and they might go on a run here and end up climbing in the standings and catching up to the Houston Rockets, who they're only 7 games back from. So at this current moment, Warriors winning would be an upset, but that obviously has plenty of room to change. Because I think the Warriors are a more talented team just by having Steph and Jimmy Butler.
That's what I'm saying.
But
So you would still consider them upset, even though you think they're the better team.
yes, because they didn't have this team all year long. So right now, I think having those two players, if they had Jimmy from the beginning of the season, I think we'd be talking about this as the Rockets would be upsetting the Warriors. But because they didn't, and because the Warriors record is only 500 right now, I can't justify, even though I think Steph and Jimmy make them a more talented team, I couldn't justify calling the Warriors losing to the Rockets an upset for Houston because, they're 34-20. They're third in the Western Conference. I can't call the Rockets winning an upset with how the Warriors are right now. End of the season, maybe it's a different story. Maybe the Warriors climb and end up being like a 6 or a 5 seed and it's a little bit closer. But right now, the Warriors still would be upsetting if they win.
Okay.
That's just how I see it.
Okay. I don't know. I thought I was curious about it because obviously you were talking about the Kansas State, Arizona game.
It's a fair question.
Yeah, I feel like it's just a good topic of conversation, because it's really based on perspective.
It is, and it's a term that's thrown out so much.
Yeah, and I obviously I disagree with your perspective because I have my perspective, but it's also dependent on how much you know the sport and how much you whatever, yada yada, and then there's whatever, who's where, what's how, who hurt, whatever. But I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of different factors that go in.
I think it's just an interesting topic because, you got these ranks, but you also got these ranks coming from these other geezers that are giving their opinions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like our top 25 could be immensely different from their top 25.
Exactly. Like I wouldn't have had Mississippi State in my top 25, but they're there because some guys put it together that weren't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some people just felt that they were a top 25 team, but
I
like
digress.
a game like you mentioned before, like Villanova over St. John's, that's an upset.
Yes,
No
I
ifs,
would
ands, or
consider
buts
that an
about it.
upset.
If Villanova was home too, but like St. John's was also on a.
Yeah, St. John's is incredible this year, and as much as
They were on like
Nova
a
is just
11-game win
historically
streak.
a good program,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that necessarily mattered in this game because Nova or St. John's is just crazy good this year. So
Yeah.
I think I agree. I think that is an upset. So I
Mm-hmm.
would agree
And
with
St.
you on
John's was
that
up the
because
whole game.
yeah.
Like who was it? Tyler Perkins had the go-ahead 3 with 8 seconds left, and
Yeah.
I'm sure that wasn't Villanova's first lead of the game, but I'm sure it was like their first lead in a while to get the victory. But yeah, St. John's before that was on like an 11-game winning streak. Before that game, you look at their schedule, or their schedule. They start the year off on a 4-game win streak. Then they lose 2 of their next 3 to Baylor and Georgia, beat Virginia. Then they win 3. Yeah, 3. Then they go on a 6-game winning streak, lose to Creighton by 1.
Yeah.
And then after that, go on that, what did I say? 11, 3, 6, 9, 10. Then they go on that 10-game winning streak. So they could have been on it, had they beaten Creighton, they would have been on like a 17, 18-game winning streak going into this Villanova game. So they are a very good team under Rick Pitino.
I
But
want to do a little asking you.
okay.
We'll call this segment Ask Vinny. Asking Vinny.
Q&A with Vinny.
Yes, I know you don't necessarily, you're not the biggest, you don't follow college basketball in particular.
Not as much as you
Yeah.
or other people, no. I watch, when I can, and I like to follow the teams I like, but I don't
I
get to watch
want to
every
give
game.
you a couple conferences, and I want to hear what your opinions are as to who's going to win those conferences.
Okay.
And we'll go in alphabetical order. We'll start with the
The America
Athletic.
East.
The Athletic. Well, no, okay. That's not a big conference, but yeah, who do you think's going to win the America East, buddy?
Well, if I was going to pick who was going to win the America East, I would say right now I got to go with the chalk. I got to pick either Bryan or Maine.
Yeah.
Just because they're head and shoulders above the rest of the America East. I mean, just based off record. And look, Bryan, especially, we saw they just got their first conference loss to UAlbany, but before that, they've pretty much played every single game like a blowout. They've only had in conference play, let's see, one against UMBC and one against Binghamton. So out of their whole conference season, only 3 games have been decided by, single digit points. And that's 2 wins over UMBC and Binghamton and the loss to UAlbany. Every other game that they've played, they've won by at least double digits. Or I'm sorry. Yeah. Every other game they've won by at least double digits. So this Bryan team, I feel like they just continue to dominate the America East. And as long as they don't end up losing any guys, I know in that game against UAlbany too, Rafael Pinzon, their leading scorer, played like 5 minutes and then left with a knee injury. So if they stay healthy, I think they'll have no problem winning the America East. But Vermont, especially if Vermont gets a couple home games in that tournament, I mean, playing in what's the name of their arena, like Franklin Stadium or whatever, Franklin Arena. It's just, they have one of the best home court, Patrick Gymnasium. That's what it is. They have one of the best home court advantages.
I thought you were talking about Bryant.
No. Yeah, UVM.
If I heard UVM, I would have known immediately that that's Patrick Gymnasium. I've gone there so many times.
Yeah, the glorified high school gym. I mean, it's a piece of crap, but they win there. So like they're gonna go far. It just, I don't know if I can see Vermont beating Bryant or Maine on the road. If Vermont were at the top, then yeah, of course, they'd win, because if they're in Patrick Gymnasium for the whole tournament, they're not losing. But I got Bryant winning the America East right now.
Fair enough.
And I know it's chalky, but
the Atlantic Coast Conference. So we pop up the ACC. Just quick little take on who you think's gonna win.
It's hard to not pick Duke. With Cooper Flagg, Con Knaple. I mean, I feel like that's the chalky pick. But Clemson is a team that I would at least have my eye on, because they have already beaten Duke once. They can do it again. Louisville also up there at 12-2 in conference play. But I mean, I don't know if Duke is going to win the whole thing in March, but I think there's no way they lose the ACC tournament.
Okay, I agree with you. So far, so good. We head down now to the Big 12.
Big 12, it gets tough. I'm going to go either Houston or Kansas.
Okay.
And that's kind of a big drop off, because I mean, as far as the top 5 teams in the Big 12, Houston's 1, Kansas is 5. But I don't see Iowa State winning. I don't see Texas Tech winning, and I don't see Arizona winning. I just I think Kansas, despite the fact that they're 8-5 in conference play, I think they've had some rough losses. And you got to remember, this is a Kansas team that at the beginning of the season was the number 1 team in the nation. They've had some tough losses to teams that they definitely should have beat, but I think they'll continue to get better. I mean, they played Houston tough, only lost that one by 6. They did have some other rough losses though. They're 3-3 in their last 6 games, so not playing the best down the stretch here. But I think they'll get hot and figure it out. I still think Houston has the better chance, but
I like
if I had to pick a second team, I'd go Kansas.
My second team would be Texas Tech in particular, but
Yeah,
I
I feel like Texas
digress.
Tech has a better chance than Arizona and Iowa State for sure.
The Big East. I feel like this is where we might disagree, but the Big East, brother.
Big East, I got St. John's versus Marquette in the championship, and I'm going to take Marquette to win.
Okay, we don't disagree. We have the complete same pick.
You have them beating St. John's too?
Oh, yeah.
Nice. I could
thought
certainly
you
see
were
St.
going
John's
to
winning
take
it,
St.
but
John's.
I could definitely see St. John's winning. But I mean, I feel like Marquette's the more complete team. The losses that they've had really haven't been terrible. I mean, they lose to number 6 Iowa State. The Dayton loss is bad. That's a bad loss, but like you only lose by 2 to Xavier.
Dayton's not a bad team.
No, not at all. They did lose by 6 to St. John's, but anything can change come conference tournament time. And they don't have the toughest end of season schedule. You know, I mean, all these are good teams. Seton Hall, Villanova, Georgetown, all good teams. All games that Marquette definitely should be able to win. UConn and St. John's to finish the year, though. We'll see how that goes. I think they get their revenge on St. John's in that one and find themselves with some confidence going into the Big East tournament.
Hey, that's fair. That's a fair take from the lad.
Now, are we doing the Big Sky next?
Nope. We're going to do the Big Ten, where I'm going to put my foot down, and I think that it'll be the Michigan State Spartans, in my personal, professional, educated opinion on the lads.
Yeah, this one's certainly tough.
My sleeper is Illinois, but
I don't really know where I would go here in the Big Ten. I guess right now, as I know it's super chalky, right now I want to say Purdue. I don't see it being Wisconsin. Honestly, I don't know if I see Michigan State doing it just because they got to get hot, and I mean really hot. They've lost 3 out of their last 4, like I mentioned. So if they have a really tough, they play 5 ranked opponents in their last 7 games. So not only like obviously they're still going to make the tournament, they're still going to have a chance, but how beat up are they going to be from this end of the regular season schedule? That will they be able to really play well in the conference tournament? I'm going to go again. It's so chalky, but I'm going to go Michigan or Purdue. I don't see any of these other teams. Michigan State, if they get hot, certainly can, but you know, Michigan's hot right now. They're getting hot at the right time too. And Purdue, honestly, I didn't realize Purdue was still going to be this good without Zach Edey, but they're still finding ways to win. So
fair enough.
But and I'll be the first to admit that I haven't watched much of Purdue or Michigan play this year. I'm going, just based off what I'm reading right now. But yeah, that's my gut feeling.
Rounding it out, I don't think I even have to ask, but the SEC.
Well, clearly, the SEC is going to be won by South Carolina.
Jeez, they haven't even won a game in the SEC, I don't think.
I know. They're 0-11. Oh, it's going to be LSU versus South Carolina in the SEC championship. Where they combined 1 win in SEC play. Hold on. Who is LSU's 1 win over the SEC? Oh, it's Arkansas.
Arkansas.
I was going to say, if it was over South Carolina, that'd be pretty funny. Yeah, I'm taking Florida, of course, to win the SEC. Obviously, I'm biased. Yeah, I mean, Auburn, Alabama, they're all good picks. There's so many good teams in the SEC. Like I said, it could be a Tennessee. It could be a Kentucky. It could be a Texas A&M. Who knows? The SEC is completely up for grabs. And honestly, the thing that worries me for all these SEC teams is they're going to be so pent up on beating each other in the SEC tournament. They're forgetting that they have a whole other tournament to play afterwards. And I'd be worried that these teams get hit with some fatigue after the conference tournaments and end up maybe kind of limping their way into March Madness. So hopefully that is not the case, because I think any number of these teams could win the whole thing. But yeah, I'm rocking with my Gators. You know, I'm confident in them. They've had a couple tough losses, 8-3 in conference play, but I think they got it. I think they got it down. I mean, they've already beaten Auburn once. Just saying. In Auburn too. Just had to throw that out there. Alabama's going to be a little bit tougher. I actually don't know if Florida.
And it's a big game coming up Saturday, Auburn, Alabama.
That is going to be a huge one. I honestly don't know when or if Florida plays Alabama this year. Let's see. Man, that's going to be such a good game, that Auburn, Alabama. Okay, so Florida closes out the season. Ooh, they got a tough schedule too. They have a couple easy ones here. They got South Carolina and then Oklahoma and LSU, but then they close out the year with Georgia, A&M, Alabama on the road, and then Ole Miss. So needless to say, it's gonna be a tough end of the stretch here for my Florida Gators, but I think they got it. Obviously they lost their starting center against Mississippi State, but Condon should be back. Should be not a serious injury, and I think my Florida Gators got it in the SEC.
Fair dues, fair dues. Well, okay, we have a couple minutes left.
Yes, we
Now
do.
I propose something new.
You want to do something new?
In the grand scheme of college basketball,
Okay.
I want to know how well you know logos.
Oh, logos? I got this. Houston.
Okay.
I thought you were going to ask me like to name all of the last champions, Marquette. And I actually did that with a coworker at the radio station last Monday, where Charleston, I'm going to assume. Honestly, if the word Charleston wasn't there, I probably would have said like Colgate or something. Ooh, now this is tough.
You gotta remember,
color scheme
363.
Yeah, the color scheme makes me want to say like FDU, but I don't think that's their mascot. Let's just try like, I guess let's try FDU. I don't think that's
Fairleigh Dickinson.
Yeah, I don't think that's it. But yeah, I didn't think so.
I think it's no, it's not Towson.
No.
What is this? Whoa.
Can we skip and come back to this one?
Yeah.
Right,
Well, there's a time limit and everything.
Oh, that's UMass Lowell.
No, it's not.
Is it not? Oh, Florida Atlantic. The color scheme threw me off. I don't know. What do you think here? You think Auburn?
Arkansas.
I was gonna say you can start typing Alabama. We
Alabama.
Gonzaga. Okay. That one's pretty tough.
Bruh, dude, when I did this, it was giving me like all these hard ones first.
Ooh, what is that? DS.
SD.
Oh, San Diego State?
Yeah.
North Texas.
No. I like it. Yes.
Is that North Texas? All right.
Yes, sir.
Arizona, of course. We're definitely not getting through all 363. Oh, is that Kennesaw State?
No, but it's close. It's close.
Canisius. No, it wouldn't be Canisius. That starts with a C. It's not Kennesaw State.
It's close to Kennesaw. It's the same first three letters.
I don't know where Kennesaw is.
No, not the close in name, not in location.
Tennessee?
No, the same first three letters. Short one, short word. Ken, and then one more letter.
Oh, Kent State?
Yes. Tennessee.
Oh man, the U. Well, you said it was like Kennesaw, so I don't know. Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Is that Fordham?
No,
I didn't think so. I feel like Fordham's red. I don't think I've ever seen that logo before in my life.
You definitely have, because they've made March Madness.
So it's got to be a mid-major.
Furman.
Yeah, I was not going to get there. I was not going to get Furman. Kansas. Huh.
Really good team. Also,
DePaul.
we're in March. What?
Not DePaul.
No.
Starts with a D.
It's
You're
it
like-
can also
you're
be
like-
somebody's name.
Douglas. Dale. Davidson.
No, how else can I go about it? It's I'd say it's more of a last name than a first name. It's 5 letters.
Drake.
Yes.
Drake University. Yep. I didn't realize they had a bulldog in their logo. Yeah, Iona, Jelly Fam. SMC. What is the G in there too?
That's their team name.
SMC.
They always have a run at Gonzaga.
SMC. All right. So if
They're good.
facing
They're a good
Gonzaga,
team.
they're in the Big East.
No, they're in the WCC, West Coast.
WC. Oh. Santa Monica.
No,
Santa Clara.
no, it's think Catholic schools.
St. Michael's.
No, think women Catholic.
It's not
like,
St. Michael's College?
No, think Catholic or like religious, and then like a woman's name.
St. Mary's.
Yes.
There we go. That's a tough one. How do you have all these just memorized? How many times did you do this quiz, Bruce?
I've only done this quiz once, but I told you, dude, I'm a college basketball guru.
This one I have literally no idea.
Their name sounds like torpedo.
Toledo?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I was not going to get that. UCSB. Don't even know what that stands for.
California, Santa Barbara.
Ah. That just is it American?
That's an old logo, but no, it's not American. It's a East Coast mid so think ACC team in the middle of the East Coast, and then
Middle of the East Coast.
it's one of their like branch campuses.
Atlantic? I don't know. UNC Asheville. I feel like I have heard that before.
This is a really old logo.
That
so
does
it's,
look really old. Who's got Rams for their mascot?
Yes. Think that, and you got it. They're in the A10. Really
In
good
the
team in the
Atlantic 10. Oh man. I know when you put it, I'm gonna be mad because I know I can get this, but VCU, never mind. I was not getting that. Isn't that New Mexico State?
No. It's
Who's the Raging Cajuns?
the Louisiana Raging Cajuns.
Oh.
If you played college football 25, you should know who this team is.
I did. I don't know. Southampton? Sam Houston? Okay. That looks like UMass Lowell.
That's UMass Lowell, yeah.
Yeah, Texas. I'm waiting to see that UAlbany Great Dane pop up.
Oh, you said this one. Yep.
Okay. See, we're getting there. Is that Iowa? No. That might be an old Iowa one.
Is it?
No.
Is it Southern Miss? It
Wow.
is Southern Miss.
Yeah, Virginia. See, the easy ones I know. Is that Binghamton?
Is
An
that
old
Binghamton?
Bearcat?
No. Who is that? That's an old logo.
I
that
don't know. Who the hell would be
Baylor?
the Bearcats? No, that can't be Baylor. That ain't a bear. That's
Bro,
a bear.
who is this?
I have no idea who that is. I'm like trying to look at conferences to see. Oh, who was it?
I
Oh,
don't
you
know.
skipped?
I skipped.
All right, Duke. I want to see if I can. LU. It's not Louisiana. That was Raging Cajun.
It's a good football school from a small conference.
Liberty.
Yes.
There we go. Marshall.
Yeah, I was gonna say they lost to UVM in the College Cup.
UAB. I know that one. Can never forget that logo. Is that Colgate?
Yes, sir.
Your boys.
Hey!
That's Kennesaw State.
Yeah.
There it is, baby. Memphis. Oh, we're on a roll now, baby.
We're cooking.
Utah
We're cooking.
State.
We're cooking.
Xavier.
We're cooking.
Come on. Georgia Southern.
I knew you were gonna say something to do with Georgia. It's a really, really weird name. It's
Grambler.
yes. We're cooking.
There we go. Kansas State. The Cincinnati Bengals. Oh, wait. Loki, go back. It might be. Oh, it was Princeton. Go back to that one we skipped.
Hold on.
It might be Ohio.
There's inactivity in our live. Detected in our TikTok live. I have to slide a puzzle piece really quickly. Okay, we're back. We're good. Wait, go back to what one?
The one that we skipped.
This one?
Yeah, it might be Ohio. Because they are the Bobcats now.
No.
I'm like trying to see.
Who's this?
Brown?
No, it's my brother's name.
I didn't know you had a brother. But it's not Butler.
No, my brother's name is not Butler. Think
Billy.
of what?
Billy.
Think of I guess just think of guys' names. 7 letters long, can be abbreviated to a 4-letter long word name.
Benson?
Bradley.
Bradley. Oh, Brad. I gotcha.
I'm blanking on who this is right now.
I don't know.
Oh, I think I know who this is.
I got nothing on this one.
Hofstra.
Skip, Missouri.
I didn't skip it. I just guessed it. Got it right.
Oh, what was it?
It was Hofstra.
Oh, it's Hofstra. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I've definitely seen. Is that it? No, that's not FDU.
That's think FCS football, really good.
No, it's not South Dakota State.
One of those Midwestern states.
It's not North Dakota or South Dakota.
No, it's the one
FCS football.
It's the one that's near Wyoming.
I don't know my geography there, buddy.
Think of states that don't have anything in North Midwest.
Montana.
Yes.
There we go. Yep, gig 'em. Texas Tech. Boise.
Yeah.
Easy enough. What the hell is that?
This is another UNC school. I'll tell you that. I think.
Well, UNC North Metro.
No, it starts with a W.
UNC West.
I think it's
just UNC.
I think it's Wilmington. I think it's out here.
Let's see. That's not Yale. Who else
No,
starts with a Y?
It's a really their mascot's the Penguins. They're so think
Youngstown?
So it's yeah, you're Youngstown.
Really?
I'll just act like you got it because you said Youngstown.
Wow. There's Yale.
Dude, you just chef that one out of your rear end.
That one came out of nowhere. That's not
This
South
one-
Carolina.
No, this one's
Who
one.
else
I'm
was in
pretty
this
sure you
team?
said it earlier when you
Yeah,
were
Santa
guessing.
Clara.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, we're cooking. No idea.
I think this is one of those southern schools and it's just like southern something, but I'm not gonna guess that. either.
Literally no idea. Yep, 10.
Ooh.
Islanders. That like Long Island U?
No, it's a branch of Texas
Dude,
A&M.
what is it with these damn branch campuses?
It's a branch of Texas A&M. If you could get the two letters that
Texas B and N? I don't know.
no, it's the same letter twice.
Texas I and I.
No, it's
M&M.
the third. It's
Texas
the third,
M&M.
It's the third letter of the alphabet.
Texas C and C.
Texas A&M Corpus Christi.
Oh, Corpus Christi, yeah.
Yeah.
There's Baylor. Clemson, yep. Easy.
They won the Big Sky last
East
year.
Wisconsin.
No, close. It's East. It's Eastern.
Eastern Wilmington.
Top left of the United States.
Eastern Washington. There we go. NC State, yeah. Honestly, we only have 9 minutes left in this. We can do this. Vermont. UVM.
It doesn't take UVM.
Oh, Grand Canyon.
I was hoping it would just say GCU.
Yep, Pittsburgh. Is that Akron?
Yes, sir.
There we go. Hawaii. James Madison. We're cooking a little bit now. And then that happens.
No, you do know this. They were good. They like 5 years ago they were a good college basketball team. The twins, the Martin twins. Caleb Martin.
Oh man.
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas? Nevada?
Yes.
Oh, just Nevada? Damn. Okay. What in the kind of Michigan State logo is that?
Oh, I know it. I think I know it.
No idea.
Yeah, I don't even know how to explain this one.
Oh, Norfolk State? Was never gonna get that. It's got to be New Orleans, right? No.
I have no idea who this is.
Clearly a Louisiana school.
Louisiana.
But like,
Is it like North Louisiana?
I've never seen
Yeah, I
that
have
one
no idea what that one is.
All right, USC, yep. Indiana.
They're one of those Cal schools that are they're really good this year.
CIU?
No, UCI.
Oh, UCI.
University of Cal. It sounds like Kyrie's last name, kind of.
Irving?
Just switch the last letter to a different letter.
Irvine?
Yes.
Gotcha. Oh, that's right. UC Irvine. What is that?
So you caught yourself. I did it earlier and I didn't catch myself.
Well, I didn't even notice yours earlier.
I have no idea what this is.
Yeah, what is that thing?
Ooh.
Did we do Georgetown already?
No, but it's
oh no, is that
school.
Butler?
I don't think so.
That might be Butler. No.
No, it's a school that plays against Drake that sounds like Stanford.
Samford?
Yes.
You're giving good clues, I will say. Creighton.
Thank you.
The clues have been helping, I must say.
This is one of those Southern schools, I guarantee it.
I low-key just saw this one, like, scrolling through the conferences here. I can't remember what one it was, though. I definitely just saw that logo, though.
I have no idea.
No clue.
We talked about them earlier because they beat a team. They're the Flyers.
They beat a team. Dayton?
Yes.
Yeah, Kentucky.
It's gonna be another one of those Southern teams, dude. You know how there's so many teams out there that are just like Southern Miss, Southern
Yeah.
whatever, probably like
Yup.
Western Miss.
I don't even know. Western Wakanda Black Panthers. Oh, I definitely know that
Yes,
one.
you know this one. They played in March Madness last year. It's a really funny name.
Oral Roberts? No, that was
No,
years ago.
you're on the right track. It's like asking for something, like in a inappropriate manner.
What? I don't know if that hint helped me at all.
Morehead State.
Oh, duh. That's Las Vegas.
No.
Or no, New Mexico.
Yes.
There it is. I was like, I know I've seen Lobos before. Northwestern. We're doing decent. We're doing decent here. UCR.
Yep, it's another Cal school, branch school. Can I just type
UCLA
this?
Richmond.
I think it's UC Riverside.
Oh, yeah.
This is an old logo. Don't get stumped. What is that?
Tulane.
Yes.
Okay. Arizona State. That hint did help. Cincinnati. Sycamores. Illinois.
Yep.
No.
Illinois
State.
You're on the right track. It's not Illinois State.
It's not Iowa State.
No, it's another state.
Indiana State.
Yes.
Okay.
Big East.
DePaul.
They're the Friars. They're usually pretty good. I don't even know where their school is, to be honest with you.
Providence.
Rhode Island. I'm an idiot. It's literally Providence, Rhode Island.
Yeah. Okay, what the hell is that thing?
They're in the A10. They're the best team in the A10 right now. Their hockey team is the Blues.
Just the hockey team.
The hockey team is no. I'm saying their NHL team is the Blues.
Oh, St. Louis.
Yeah. Let's type out.
That's stupid.
Southern
Missouri.
Let's try it. We'll give it a shout. Nope.
Buffaloes.
I thought you were saying Buffalo.
University of Buffalo. That's definitely. I mean, it's obviously not Colorado.
A person's name. It can be a name. It starts with an H.
Howard.
I think so.
Nice. Maryland. North Kansas?
No.
North Kentucky.
Yes. Is it Northern Kentucky?
There we go. TCU.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't get stumped.
Is that Louisville?
No, but it's also the Cardinals, obviously.
Plattsburgh.
Their name what?
Plattsburgh.
Their name it's 4 letters and it's something.
UNLV?
No, it's something
No, they're
you
not
shoot every day.
Hoop?
No, the thing you shoot.
Ball? Oh, Ball State?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was their logo. Jesus.
I can't think of who this is.
Uh
I'm stumped. This is all you.
no, I feel like I saw a similar like Broncos logo when I was scrolling through the conferences earlier, but it was different. Like that's might be an old one. I don't know. Quinnipiac?
Yes. How do you spell that? Okay.
There we go. SU.
Ooh. It's a place in Washington.
Seattle? Nice. Ooh. I got no idea there. Nittany Lions.
In 9 seconds. I want to give
Auburn.
you a hard one to try
Come
to.
on, Michigan State.
No.
Mississippi State.
Fudge Nuggets.
We did decent though. We did pretty solid.
I want to know what this is.
Yeah, some of those
Okay, that is.
I
no
still
way.
gotta.
It
I
is
wanna figure out.
UNCG. I was panicked.
Oh, that
Longwood.
one Longwood. Yeah.
Longwood.
Yep. Who was that one?
That's Towson. Okay.
Which one was Towson?
The this is Milwaukee. Oh, you're not looking.
Oh yeah. I see Towson. What was the one? What was that first one that we skipped? That was like a Bearcat almost.
This is Milwaukee.
Oh, okay, I see. Milwaukee.
This is Southern Utah. I told you it was a Southern.
You did. You did. Belmont.
Belmont. That makes sense. Northwestern
State. Louisiana is not a northwestern state.
Southern Illinois.
Utah Valley. Yeah, we were never getting that. I feel like that
gotta
was
be
that
an
the
old
last
logo.
one? Oh, 4. That was the other one.
Whoa.
Oh,
that's ORU.
Oral Roberts. Damn. Okay. Well, bit of a longer show today, but that was fun. That was worth the extra time.
I enjoyed that. I thoroughly enjoyed that.
That was a good time. Me and Bruce will not be live tomorrow. We will be going probably Saturday, 11 a.m. We'll be announcing to you guys when we're going live. Things have been getting busy, so we're making sure to get at it every chance we get. But appreciate you guys bearing with us as it is a busy time of year. We both have jobs that we got to work alongside doing this, so we appreciate you guys always tuning in the likes, the comments, the subscribes, the follows. At Regular Fan Show on Twitter, at The Regular Fan Show everywhere else. Ding the bell, hit that follow and subscribe. Me and Bruce will be back at it hopefully Saturday morning. If not Saturday, we'll announce to you guys when, either Monday or Tuesday next week. But we will be back very soon. So stay up to date. Hit The Regular Fan Show on socials, at The Regular Fan Show everywhere. And we'll announce to you guys when we're going live again. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Mr. Bruce Juno, as always, it's a good time.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you bringing up the college logos quiz. That was fun.
I know. I thought that'd been very enjoyable.
I actually don't know where my little basketball went. I gotta see if I can find it real quick.
I don't know where my big basketball is.
All right, we have found it. Doors shut. Today's the day. I'm feeling it. I'm nice and warmed up. We're nice and loose. Today's the day.
Play like Utah Valley.
For Utah Valley at the buzzer. Oh, that one felt good. That one felt real good. Just a little bit short.
I can't find my ball, but I'll shoot a water bottle. Hit the rim.
One of these days I'll make that. Again, thank you everybody for tuning in. I appreciate you guys sticking with us through the technical difficulties and everything. We'll be back live again very shortly. Hopefully Saturday. If not, we'll announce to you guys when we're going live again. But once again, thank you everybody. This has been the Regular Fan Show. Vinny Fredericks, Bruce Juno, signing off. Have a good day, everybody. Enjoy the weekend of sports.
Get
Peace
her. Oops. Wrong button.
Oh, here we go.
Whoop.
And we're off.